now that we've created our wiki and we have created our voki that goes into our wiki, the next thing we want to put on that first page in our wiki is a word cloud. And this word cloud is extremely easy to do, and I will admit that the language here might be a little bit vague, so I'm going to walk you through it. It says a word cloud illustrating the vocabulary of the standards of your content area. Well, let's show you what I'm talking about. If you go to JCPS and if you look at curricular frameworks, and we look into the ones for mathematics, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to basically take the one that has to do with equivalent fractions. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to take all of this. I'm just going to make a word cloud out of the things that I want to look at and focus on in my little virtual classroom that we're building. Okay, so to do that, I'm just going to literally copy this entire set of text right here. Let me go down because I'm missing some of it. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to come back up to here. We're going to try that again. I'm going to copy the text that I want to put into my word cloud. Now, if I keep having trouble with this, I can go back through and edit it. So now I'm going to do a copy. So I'm going to have to do this from my keyboard, it's saying. That's fine. I'm then going to go over here to what is called word clouds. Now I got to word clouds very simply by clicking on the link that's in your module here. Just make sure you can see it. And I'm going to use the one called ABC because it's the easiest one to play with. Tagxedo is cool. And if you want to play with Tagxedo, that's fine. But I'm going to pick on the easy one. So this pops up, and it's basically says click to start. I'm going to click to start, and now I'm going to paste in all that verbiage that I copied. Now I'll go through and clean it up a little bit. Like I'll get rid of the headers. I'll get rid of all of this. It has to do with just things that are, there we go. And there it is. So this is what I was looking at, where I want to focus on looking at fractions, adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators, including mixed numbers, etc., etc., etc. So I'm going to click on my arrow. And there it is. So as you can see, my word cloud, the main thing that it's about is fractions. Now some people question, this seems like a waste of time. Actually, what you're doing here is you're letting people know right away, this is what we're talking about here. If you see some mistakes, like I see a couple of letters just kind of floating around out there, I can go back and I can re-copy it in. And I can take a look at it again. Now, let me make sure you've got this. So all I did is I went to where my frameworks live. I picked the one that I'm interested in. And then I just highlighted and copied out the appropriate language. Make sure you don't have to put too much in. Just get the language that is what you want to explore. And then in my word cloud, all I'm going to do is paste that language in. Guess I didn't copy it. We're going to copy that, and we're going to paste it in, and I'm going to get rid of some of the language that, I just don't need. It's just cluttering it up. Don't worry about it being nice and neat and orderly. Just get rid of the stuff that you don't need, and then look for anything like, oh, I see, it caught that E and G because the EG was here, so I'll get rid of that. You get the idea. It won't pay any attention to periods and commas, and it shouldn't pay any attention to A's and thes, etc. So now I'm going to click on Go Ahead, and there it goes. It builds it for me. Now I can change the layout just by clicking where it says Layout there, and I have this really cool looking layout. Isn't it neat how it shows you all of the vocabulary, but it's showing you in relationship to its importance? The bigger it is, the more important it is. That's the point. Alrighty. Now, I can change the print, I can change the color, I can change all kinds of things here. In other words, I can also change the word count. So if I don't want to have as many words show up, I don't have to. All right, now to get it down so I can use it, I'm going to go to the drop down and I'm going to click on Save. Make sure that you give it a true title. Don't let it just be My Cloud. You'll be tripping all over yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a title of Fractions, and I'm going to save it to my desktop. I'm going to go back to my wiki spaces. I'm going to edit. Make sure that you move your blinking cursor, your insertion point, to where you want it to be. Go to Link, not Link, Steve, File, pardon me. We're going to upload a file. We're going to go find it. There it is, Fractions. I'm going to click Open. And what will happen is, when it is all the way uploaded, you'll actually see a little thumbnail of it sitting right here. And there it is. And I will click on that. Now it's going to drop it in full size. If you want to change the size of it, if it looks a little too big for you, you can just grab that corner and slide it down. If you want to make it bigger, you certainly can. Grab that corner and slide it up. So we have now done, when I save it, we've created a wiki. Inside that wiki, on our home page, we basically said what our wiki is going to be about. We have created a Voki, which talks for us.
Just touch the future.
We now have a word cloud about what our focus is going to be. We are building a really nice looking wiki. So this was creating a word cloud and placing it into your wiki.